How does underpromotion affect pawn structure? Have you ever wondered how the decision to underpromote a pawn can impact the overall pawn structure in chess? Let's break it down in a straightforward way. Underpromotion happens when a pawn reaches the last rank and is promoted to a piece other than a queen. Common choices include a knight, rook, or bishop. This choice is often made for tactical reasons, like avoiding stalemate or creating a specific threat. Now, while underpromotion does not directly change the arrangement of pawns on the board, it can have some indirect effects on pawn structure. First, let's talk about avoiding stalemate. When a player promotes to a piece other than a queen, it can prevent stalemate situations. This means the opponent still has legal moves, allowing the player to keep their pawn structure intact longer. This preservation can be essential for maintaining strategic goals. Next, consider how piece activity around pawns can shift. Promoting to a knight or rook instead of a queen can change how pieces interact with the pawn structure. For instance, a knight promotion might create immediate threats that force the opponent to adjust their pawn formation. This adjustment can sometimes weaken their structure, giving the player an advantage. Another aspect to think about is the preservation or exploitation of pawn islands and weaknesses. Pawn structure is all about how pawns are grouped together and their weaknesses, like isolated or backward pawns. An underpromotion can influence these dynamics by changing the pressure on pawns. A well-timed underpromotion might help in attacking or defending key pawns, affecting the stability of those pawn islands. In advanced endgames, underpromotion can be vital for controlling key squares that support pawn advancement or blockade. For example, promoting to a rook instead of a queen might avoid stalemate and allow continued pressure. This pressure can support a favorable pawn structure or even a pawn majority. So, while underpromotion does not directly alter the pawn structure, it can significantly affect how that structure is used, defended, or attacked. The choice of promotion piece can shift the dynamics around pawns, impacting their strengths and weaknesses. Understanding these effects can be a game changer in advanced endgame scenarios.